সবাইকে স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি ক্রিকফ্রেঞ্জির স্পেশাল একটি আয়োজনে। বাংলাদেশ পাকিস্তানকে 2 ম্যাচ টেস্ট সিরিজে হোয়াইট ওয়াশে হারিয়েছে এবং এই রেস কাটতে না কাটতেই আমরা এই রেস নিয়ে আরো সময় এই জয়কে আমরা অনুভব করতে চাই এবং এটার জন্যই আমার সাথে আজকে খুবই স্পেশাল একজন অতিথি রয়েছেন, ফর্মার পাকিস্তান ক্যাপ্টেন, স্টাইলিশ ব্যাটার and one of my co-commentator Aamer Sohail bhai. Assalamu alaikum Aamer Sohail bhai, how are you?
Wa alaikum assalam, how are you?
I'm fine. So good to have you.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure with you, Mazhar, always.
Thank you, Sohail bhai. Sohail bhai, first of all, I'd like to ask you, if I would ask you to say Bangladesh would win this 2-match test series 2-0 before the series, what would you have been said?
Well, I'm going to ask you the same question. Were you expecting that?
Not really, to be very honest, no.
So, they're really surprised, not only themselves, their fans, but also the Pakistani cricketing. I mean, the way they read the situations, the way the youngsters came to the fore, the way senior players took the responsibility, and they gelled in very well to be able to execute the plans. And the plans were perfect, and the execution was even better. So, I mean, at the start of the series, nobody gave them a chance. Yes, there was an outside chance they're going to win one game, maybe. But to be able to win 2 test matches in a row, that is quite an achievement. And, hats off to the entire team, and especially the senior players who started to take the responsibility. Yes, you expect that the youngsters, they may falter at times, but with their encouragement, they were on the money. They were dialed in. They were on the job, and eventually they achieved something really, really big. And let me say that do not take your hopes very high. It is a process which has just started for Bangladesh team, and if you take your hopes very high, there is every opportunity that you're going to get disappointed, and the criticism is going to be there, which is going to be detrimental for the confidence of the team. So, you have to keep on reminding the team, the process has started to achieve bigger things.
Right.
You do not have to rush into it.
True. Aamer bhai, you have been the captain of Pakistan. You have led Pakistan to their first ever test win against South Africa. So you know the vibe, what happens after such victory. What will be your suggestion for the Bangladesh test team? As you said, don't to get carried away. What are the areas Bangladesh team needs to focus on from here on, as it's a huge win for Bangladesh?
Yeah, it is a huge win, but it's a very important question you have asked. My suggestion would be that, like I said before, the process has started. They are not there yet. First thing first they have to do is, reflect back. We won a couple of test matches against Pakistan, and we are going to play against India. Which are the areas we need to improve upon? What are the new things we have to bring on the table to be able to surprise the opposition? This time around, you're really surprised with pace and seam bowling of yours. Initially, it was all about spin attack. You used to have a lone fast bowler, but not a battery of fast bowlers. So not only you have to use those fast bowlers intelligently, but like I said before, the process has started. And when a process starts, there are so many things you have to improve upon to become a genuine article.
Right, as you mentioned about the fast bowling department, you were in the comm box and you've described and analyzed the fast bowlers. What are the difference you have noticed compared to the past, and also about Nahid Rana, the youngster who clicked 150 plus, the fastest delivery by a Bangladeshi bowler ever?
The first, I saw him during BPL and I was very impressed with him. He, like at times, raw talent and untutored talent brings you laurels. And, one could feel he could actually achieve something for Bangladesh when I saw him featuring in BPL. When I was commentating in the first innings of the first test match, he was bowling with a lot of pace. Celerity was there. He was bowling bounces. Accuracy wasn't there. He had the batsman thinking with his pace and well-directed bounces. But one thing I remember I said in the commentary box, that Naheed has got the pace. He's got quite a few things in an armory. But when he bowls bounces, then he doesn't have a follow-up delivery. That was the first innings of the first test match. But second innings, he realized somebody must have spoken to him. You remember that delivery after bowling few bounces, he dismissed Babar Azam with a full pitch delivery just outside the off stump. These are the kind of deliveries you need to bowl after softening the batsman up. So in the second innings, you could see the guy has started to learn. And then in the second test match, he was a much improved bowler. And then what really impressed me, he can bowl longer spells as well. That's where he can make a huge difference.
Right. Aamer bhai, Bangladesh hasn't had the best of experience when it comes to Test cricket. We have always been talk about Bangladesh's approach in Test format. After this 2 Test win, where do you see Bangladesh go about the approach in the Test format, and what are the areas you think they need to work on?
I think what we saw in the middle order, apart from Mushfiq, nobody was able to go big. One, you have to keep on encouraging your 2 openers, Zakir and Shadman. As a selector, you have to keep on instilling confidence in them. You're good enough. You can deal with any pace attack in the world. You can go abroad and you can play well. Okay, we have the confidence in you, and you don't have to worry about anything. Just keep on performing for the team. Okay, that's the confidence you have to give them, and you have to look away if they don't have a good series or 2. As a player, you go through bad patches and all that, and once you are supported by the selection committee and your own team, you start to believe that I'm good enough. Even though I'm failing, they're persisting with me, so I have to react. So you have to groom your players. One. The other thing is middle order batters. They really need to improve upon. And third thing, you and me, remember you interviewed me and I said, you need to find a leg spinner, wrist spinner. If you get a wrist spinner along with this pace attack, that'll serve Bangladeshi cricket very well.
Well, they've got Rishad recently. He has been playing in T20 format, and probably he's getting ready for the longest format as well. Aamer bhai, one more thing. We talk a lot about the pitches and surfaces here in Bangladesh, which doesn't suit the pacers. So recently there have been a few developments. The board has been started producing good surfaces for the fast bowlers. How's the culture back in Pakistan? We know Pakistan has been historically producing fast bowlers. So what are the encouraging signs here you would like to see in the future days?
See, when I did a couple of BPLs in Bangladesh, there are venues where you do have pitches which offer a lot of bounce and seat movement. So that's where I remember having a chat with Curtly Ambrose, that it is going to be very encouraging for the fast bowlers. Instead of bowling spin, they'll be willing to bowl fast. So when you see 3 or 4 fast bowlers playing in a game and playing at the highest level, representing Bangladesh, okay, what the youngster would like to do, they would like to copy them. Initially, the role models were spinners. So everybody wanted to be a spinner because of the spinning tracks as well. So now the culture needs to be changed. Yes, you got fast bowlers, and you have to provide the surfaces, not only for these set of fast bowlers, but for the generations to come. So they take up fast bowling and they start enjoying bowling fast in Bangladesh.
Right. As previously I said, we had heroes like Shakib, Mushfiq, Mahmudullahs. But in this test series, we have seen quite a lot of new heroes. Suppose if I talk about Shadman, if I talk about Liton Dash, Mehdi Hasan Miraj, Hassan Mahmood, how do you see these new faces coming up and taking those responsibility? Is it a good sign for Bangladesh?
So you remember Hassan Mahmood really struggled in few matches, especially in Dhaka, where the ball was doing a lot, and he was bowling okay, I think, in Sylhet. So we spoke about that. But, you have to give credit to somebody who was working along with him and instilled the importance of liner length and how to set up a batsman to be able to pick up wickets. Because it's a cliche thing. Not many times as a bowler, you're able to get a batsman out with a pitch of a delivery. Most of the times you are reliant on a batsman's mistake, and how you make a batsman make a mistake. This is the art of bowling, and I think he has learned that. And to answer your question, when these fast bowlers, they're going to be featuring for Bangladesh for a period of time, I think youngsters are going to follow him, and that augurs well for Bangladesh.
Right. Solbhai, another thing, there hasn't been, things are not going well in Bangladesh even before the start of the series. So Pakistan Cricket Board hosted Bangladesh a couple of days earlier and allowed them to practice in Pakistan. That helped Bangladesh a lot. So thanks for the PCB as well for this hospitality. At the same time, there have been a massive change in the Bangladesh Cricket Board recently. And one of your friends, Farooq Ahmed, is now the Bangladesh Cricket Board president. Have you spoke with him by the time, or
I congratulated him. I sent him a message, and he replied back. And the answer reply I got from him, he said, "Pray for me that I am able to do something special for Bangladesh." I know Farooq from childhood. We played cricket together. Whenever I'm in Bangladesh, he always me, and I know he means well for Bangladesh cricket. He's a man. I'm sure with his knowledge of the game, with his passion, he's going to take, after this victory, he's going to take Bangladesh cricket forward and forward.
Right. Just going back to Pakistan, Solbhai, what was the reaction from the locals and the former cricketers? We have seen there are so many hard feelings from the cricketers, former cricketers, and also they're expressing their disappointment over the Pakistan team's performance. What's your take on the Pakistan team, and what will be your message for the Pakistan team?
Look, it's, first thing first, yes, Pakistani cricketers are, criticized vituperatively. There is so much said, but, whoever are, using very strong language or criticizing, most of the players, they've been involved with the Pakistani setup. Okay. They had their time, they could have contributed, they could have awared the Pakistani Cricket Board that, in near future, we might face these problems. So, yes, we have lost, but instead of gunning for their heads and all that, I think, everybody has to come out with solutions. What Pakistan cricket needs. It's not, okay, Babar is not good enough, that is not good enough, that is not good enough. They are a product of your system. You need to improve your system to be able to get better result. And I personally think, if you ask me, maybe it's a blessing in disguise for Pakistan. It's a jolt, wake up. The other teams are improving so much, and you're going backwards.
Right. And about Bangladesh, they haven't been passed away the ninth position in the World Test Championship in the previous two occasions. Now they have jumped to 4, but still the tournament is still long to go.
Mazhar, sorry, I got the gist of your question, but again, I will say that is an achievement, without any doubt, jumping to number 4. But I'll say it again, I'll remind everybody again, it is a process. Do not aim so high that quickly. Go through a process. Try and go through a process. And time will be there. You'll get there somehow. But if you want to go there in a jiffy and with a sprint, I think you're going to stumble. So
Right.
it has to be a marathon. It has to be.
True. So, another thing, Bangladesh has been playing international cricket for quite some time now. It's been 20, 22 years. They haven't won a major title in any of the formats. The supporters and the fans are eagerly waiting for something big. They've been so desperate to get a big title, but yet to achieve one. Do you really believe Bangladesh could win a major title within the next few years? And will that be a big boost, winning a major title?
I think you're getting there. You're getting there. I mean, the facilities are there, and it's the most revered game in Bangladesh. Almost every youngster, kid, wants to be a cricketer. So if with that population, everybody wants to be a cricketer. So I think the time is round the corner for you guys to win something big. But again, I say it's a process. Do not take your aims very high. What I've seen at times with Bangladesh team, when they started to play well, they actually became overconfident at times. And because of that overconfidence and extra burden of desperation, like we have to win this, really hampered them. So I think what they need to do is slowly grow in confidence. Do not get overconfident and just say, yes, we can win it. We can win it. And like I said before, process.
Right. So what do you think Bangladesh did right this time around? And what you really feel? What are the difference you have seen from the previous Bangladesh team? You have followed this team for a while now. So what actually changed in this tour?
Much more disciplined. Discipline, I'm not talking about off the field discipline. It is necessary as well. If you're disciplined off the field as well, and you're, even in your spare time, you're talking about cricket, how to improve, and then shut yourself from cricket, and then, go out for dinner and all that, and refocus on cricket. I think that discipline showed on the field. That is the most important aspect for a team to start winning games, start giving a message to the opposition by wearing confidence on their chest in bold letters. Discipline is the key, actually.
Right.
Discipline on the field.
Right. So we are almost done. Just a couple of short questions. Bangladesh will be touring India this month. And what do you reckon? They will be playing 2 test matches, 3 T20Is. Can Bangladesh hope to beat India as well in a test match, maybe?
Look, when my suggestion when they go to India would be to tell the team, try and compete well. Try and compete well. If you can't win, then get close. Get really close. Okay. If you get close a couple of times, the next time the team will say, okay, we got very close. Next time we're going to win it. We are going to make an extra effort and we're going to win it. When you go out and you put yourself under pressure by saying, oh, now we have won against Pakistan, we're going to India and we have to win. Like I said before, I'm saying it again and again. It's a process. So when you go to India, you say, we are going to get close to whatever India is getting. You know, if it's a 4-day, 5-day test match, we are going to take the game to the 5th day, like they did in Pakistan. You know, 5th day. When you take the game on the 5th day, it's anybody's game then.
So your words are giving me some sort of hopes that Bangladesh is heading towards the right direction. And last thing, Sohail, Bangladesh hasn't done well over the years. There have been a lot of criticism. There have been a lot of many ex-players have criticized Bangladesh. Many cricketers from outside Bangladesh have criticized their approach. Do you think Bangladesh is now a force to reckon in Test cricket as well? I know you are talking about the process, but the way they played, the way they showed they can play this format, do you think Test cricket is also for Bangladesh?
See, this is the problem in subcontinent. You know, we make players heroes overnight. We make them zeros overnight. Okay, we laud the team won, and we start to expect they are going to get the moon for us. Okay, so criticism or no criticism, the thing is, you keep your approach professional, you prepare well, you go and compete. Once you start to compete well against the stronger teams, you know, the time is just around the corner where you get you have that confidence. Yes, we can beat any team in the world, and we are ready for it. But again, I'll end this show by saying it is a process.
It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure, Sohail, having you with us in Cricfrenzy. And thank you very much for joining us, Sohail.
Thank you. And before I go, I want to wish Farooq all the luck, and I expect he's going to do wonders for Bangladesh cricket.
We also hope that. Thank you very much, Sohail. It's been a pleasure.